Move in silence. Move in silence. The next level of your life requires less talking and more becoming. Move in silence. The loudest people are not always the strongest. The most powerful moves rarely announced. In a world full of noise, opinions, and constant distractions, the real power in this year 2026 will belong to those who know how to move in silence. If you feel surrounded by pressure, negativity, or the need to prove yourself, this message is for you. Move in silence. Welcome to Life Wisdom with Dr. T, a space where healing meets growth and becoming begins. Today we're going to be discussing the power that don't teach you. The power they don't teach you to move in silence. There comes a moment in our lives when we realize that not everything needs to be explained. Not every plan needs to be shared. And not every move needs an audience. That moment in your life is called maturity. I used to explain things a lot. I used to share every plan. I used to seek the opinions of other people around me. But I came to realize that not everything needs to be shared. And at that moment, I realized I had matured to the grown woman I am today. Moving in silence is not hiding. It is not fear. It is not insecurity either. It is a focus. In a world full of noise, in a world full of constant opinion, in a world full of constant comparisons, constant pressure to prove, silence becomes power. I have nothing to prove to anyone because I know who I am. I have nothing to explain to anyone because I know who I am. Today, people are surrounded by voices telling them who to be, how fast to move, or what success should look like. But my dear friends, my dear students, real growth doesn't come from noise. I also got to learn it when I matured. You may be still young, and I'm sharing the message with you today. Real growth doesn't come from noise. It comes from discipline. It comes from patience. Real growth comes from self-mastery. Move in silence. The truth is, the loudest people are rarely the most fulfilled. The ones that go out there crying and gossiping, talking about other people, telling lies about other people, are rarely the most fulfilled. They are broken people who are seeking sympathy for their wrongdoing. Remember that the strongest moves are rarely announced. Move in silence. Don't justify yourself when people tell lies on you. Don't explain yourself when people decide to destroy your character. The truth will be released by your success. Focus on yourself. Move in silence. When you move in silence, you protect your energy. When you move in silence, you stop explaining your dreams to people who don't guard them. And people cannot stop your dream from happening because they don't know what your dream is. I remember sometimes when I used to share everything or every story about my life. And I realized at those times, things were stopped. Things never moved the way I wanted. When I stopped explaining my dreams to people, when I stopped reacting emotionally to comments that did not build me, when I stopped seeking validation for work that wasn't finished, my things started working. Opportunities started coming my way. Silence teaches restraint. Silent and restraint is all about strength. Many people feel pressure to talk. Many people feel pressure to share. And with the era of social media, we feel pressure to post our goals. We feel pressure to justify our decisions. We feel pressure to defend our growth. But I am going to tell you this. The more you explain, the more energy you lose. And energy is currency. Every argument will drain you. Every reaction will distract you. Every unnecessary explanation will weaken your focus. Move in silence. Because moving in silence means you choose peace over performance. You begin to understand that not everyone deserves access to your plans. You realize that not everyone is rooting for you. Because once you start moving in silence and people don't know what you're doing, somehow some people become angry. They will try to get at you because they want to know what is going on in your life so that they can disrupt it. Don't allow that, my dear people. I learned, so you don't have to go through the same challenge. Moving in silence means you choose peace over performance. You begin to understand that not everyone deserves access to your plans. You begin to understand that not everyone is rooting for you. And not everyone needs to understand your journey. because not everyone is for you. That realization alone is freedom. Silence allows you to hear yourself, to go deep within yourself and hear your inner voice speak to you. Silence allows you to forget the distractions around you. Silence allows you, your intuition becomes clearer. Silence allows your priorities to sharpen. Silence makes your discipline to deepen. You stop chasing attention and you start building substance, because that is what you need. Think about it. Think about a person who quietly improves their lives while others are sleeping or talking. Think about a person who works on their mental health instead of explaining their pain to people who would laugh at them. Think about a dreamer who practices, studies, and fails privately. They do not give up. They keep trying until one day they get it. That is what I call silent growth. It is not everything that you need to let people know. Move silently. It worked for me, it would work for you. Move in silence also teaches emotional control. It allows you to stop reacting to disrespect. Moving in silence allows you to stop arguing with negativity. Moving in silence allows you to stop trying to be understood by people committed to misunderstanding you. Do you know that there are some people who are committed to misunderstanding you? No matter what you do, their goal is not to praise you. Their goal is to bring you down. And so if you start arguing with those people, they are only going to drain your energy down. Move in silence. Not everything deserves a response. Not every opinion deserves your attention. And not every battle is worth your peace. Silence is not weakness, my dear people. Silence is not weakness. It is wisdom. It takes strength to pause. It takes discipline to hold your tongue. I can tell you that. I'm a teacher, so I know how to wrap my tongue around. But I've also learned the importance of silence, especially when you have explained to yourself enough and people still think, or people are committed to misunderstanding you. Their goal is not to understand you. They have already committed to misunderstanding you. It takes strength to pause. It takes discipline to hold your tongue. It takes maturity to let results speak instead of words. And when you move in silence, you invest deeply. You invest in your mind. You invest in your body. You invest in your values. And you invest in your purpose. You build habits instead of hypes. Consistency instead of applause. You build character instead of clouds. And slowly, quietly, you change. People may not notice at first. They may doubt you because you were a talkative like me, who just suddenly realize that people have invested in misunderstanding me, so I am not going to explain myself anymore. I will move in silence. At first, people did not notice. They doubted me because they underestimated me. Let them doubt you. Let them underestimate you. Because by the time they see the progress, the work will be already done. And for some of them, it will be too late. Moving in silence also protects your peace. When you stop announcing your plans, you stop carrying other people's expectations. When you stop reacting emotionally, you stop giving control away. When you stop explaining yourself, you reclaim authority over your own life. Your next level requires less talking and more becoming. Move in silence, my dear people. It's not everything that must be posted online. It's not everything that must be shared with even people you call your best friends or your family or your special ones. Keep certain things to yourself. Moving in silence requires fewer promises and more discipline, fewer opinions and more clarity. Moving in silence requires fewer reactions and more intentions. Silence creates space, and space allows growth. This doesn't mean you are not called to grow. This doesn't mean you should isolate yourself from everyone. No. It doesn't mean you should isolate yourself from everyone. It means being intentional with access. Who has access to the information that is pertinent to your growth? You can surround yourself with as many people as you like, but it's not everything about you that you would share with the people around you. It means choosing quality over quantity. It means choosing depth over noise. You don't owe the world updates on your healing. You don't owe anybody any explanations for your boundaries. You don't owe proof for your potentials. Your life is not a performance. Move in silence means move quietly. Focus deeply. Build patiently. And when the time is right, your result will speak louder than anything you could have said. Because silence isn't about hiding. Silence is preparation. Preparation for your progress and for your success. And those who learn to move in silence don't just succeed, they sustain. Thank you for staying with me throughout this reflection. I hope you enjoyed this and you learned something. Move in silence is all about sustaining yourself and moving towards your growth. Thank you.